Auzubillahiminashaitanirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My dear students, I am Muhammad Anwar Bhatt, teacher MS Nilipura. Today our topic is prayer for strength. Class 8th. Class 8th. Subject English. Date prayer for strength. Prayer for strength is a poem. It has been written by a great poet, namely Rabindranath Tagore. Actually, Tagore wants us to do some unique works, and he requests the God to give him strength to perform some quiet tasks or the pure tasks or the tasks which are liked by the people. So, in this poem, he prays to God to give me the strength to strike my heart and remove the spiritual poverty. To strike my heart, strike my heart and remove the spiritual poverty. Spiritual poverty. Spiritual poverty means that it is not the poverty which the general people or general masses have. That is the economical poverty. Economical poverty means that people don't have the luxurious life. They want to live the luxurious life. They want to have the delicious foods to taste. But this poverty is somewhat different from that poverty. It is the poverty that when the man is spiritually ill, he is spiritually ill. Almost we are all spiritually ill because we don't worship God in such a way as he deserves. So, spiritual poverty describes a sentence of utter dependence before God. It is spiritual poverty. The poet also used some hot spots in the poem. That is, he used here penury. Penury here means poverty. Not the poverty of economics, but the poverty of spirituality. It is the lack of love and affection. It means lack of love and affection. Lack of love and affection, or compassionate, or compassion. Penury here means. The poet also entreats God to give me strength to bear the joys and sorrows of life. Joys and sorrows. Joys and sorrows of life. See, dear students, joy and sorrow, these are the two components which are parallel to each other. Two components which are parallel to each other. Because man gets two things in the life, whether joy or sorrow. I will make you understand this by this in this way that suppose when a student secures 80% marks in the examination, he gets excited. But on the other hand, God forbids, when he fails in the class, sadness comes on his face. So that is the sorrowness. So poet entreats the God, requests God, prays to God that give me strength to bear, to tolerate the joys and sorrows of life. Here, he also, the poet also demands strength for never disown the poor. Never disown the poor. Never disown the poor means that the poet wants strength so that spiritual strength from the God, from the Lord, from the Creator, so that he will never reject the people. He will never reject the poor people. And he will befriend the poor and help them when they are in distress. He should love and he wants to have the sympathy with the poor people so that the poor people may not get dejected. They will be helped, they will be assisted, they will be patronized in many ways. For that thing, the poet requests the God to give him strength so that he will help the poor when they are in need. He will love them and he will give them sympathy. So he will not reject him. One more point that the poet has used here, that is bend. Bend my knees before insolent. Bend my knees means that he may never flatter the powerful, he may never flatter the insolent, he may never flatter the proud. Flatter means when we falsely praise somebody, that's called flattery. Flatter. So he may not flatter the powerful, he may not flatter insolent. Insolent means the person who is disrespectful, the person who is obnoxious, or the rude person. So he demands, he wants the strength so that he may not bow down before the insolent, before the powerful, or before the proud people. Here, the poet, in addition to this, the poet wants to raise his mind above, rise his mind above the daily trifles. He wants to uplift his mind so that he may not be disturbed by the daily issues. Daily trifles means things having the least significance, things having the least importance, things having the little value. That is called trifle. So he may not be disturbed in his life by the trifles. So little things cannot be taken into mind, into consideration by the poet. For that he wants spiritual poet, he demands strength, he requests God, he entreats the God, he prays to God to give him strength so that he may do all these activities which I have told you before in this poem. And the poet also wants to surrender his strength surrender his strength before thy power. Thy means your. It means he wants to hand over his strength to the God. He wants to surrender before the God. He wants to surrender his will to thy. He wants to surrender his will before the God. In this poem, the poet has used many words which I have told you in this poem, and the poet gives us a message. In this poem, the poet gives us a message that we should help the poor people, we should help the needy people, we should have the love for the poor, we should have the sympathy for the poor, we should never ignore the poor people, and we should never bend down before the powerful, before the insolent, or before the proud people. We must learn from this lesson that we should ever help the poor people so that they may not get dejected in their life. They will understand that no, there are people who are at the helm of the affairs to the poor people. Hence, I conclude here with the saying that you might have understood this lesson properly, and in the next class I shall make down we shall write down the questions and the grammar of this lesson. Till that, goodbye. Wish you all the best.